Big
effing
nerds.
Almost forgot to say nerds again.
And we just watched the video, goddammit.
Yeah.
All right, roll that intro. Big effing nerd. Welcome back, nerds of every shape, size, species, and extraterrestrial being.
Yeah, aliens.
I am one of your hosts, Michael Lee.
And I'm the other host, Matt.
And this is Big Effin' Nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. How's your week?
It was good, man. We got another episode of The Last of Us, which we'll get into later, but
Yes, we did.
it's been good. Yeah, it's been good.
Been
what about
good.
you?
We had a nice little inspection at work, and that was
Right.
yeah. I'm sure everyone can
What, like a health or like a safety inspection or something? Or
general like overall inspection of the building,
welfare inspection or something?
Yeah, something along those
That's what we'll
lines. I mean, yeah, it gives me more work to do, so I guess I'm not going to be bored at work. So I can't really complain, but I can at the same time. If
There's
you know
the
what I mean.
silver lining. Good job.
Right?
Knowing me, I'd be like, these motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, I am like that, but
Yeah. Who's not? Well, someone isn't.
yeah, no,
But that guy's a better man than me.
definitely the list that he gave me, I was like, oh my god, what the fuck?
All business, like, thanks, I'll get right on it. Motherfucker. Walk away, little piece of shit. What was that? Huh? Nothing. Justice.
Justice. That
hasn't came back in a while.
I'm sure it'll come back
Forgot them.
specifically for this one. But yeah, let's roll into that big old factorino.
You want some, factoronies?
Yeah, love
All right.
factoronies.
So,
It's delicious.
let me see if I can find. There was one small one I saw that I thought was interesting. So we all know the saying, fly off the handle.
Yeah.
So apparently that comes from around the 1800s, and it refers to cheap axe heads flying off the handles when you cock them back to swing, and it would just fly off.
Wait. Oh, okay, like that. I don't know why you said heads, and I was like, heads flying off of an axe handle.
You just got a piece of wood and axe.
Vlad the Impaler. I mean,
Case in point.
I'd imagine he'd probably do some shit like that. Honestly,
I mean, yeah,
Vlad the Impaler.
he definitely wasn't above that. There's like stories of him just eating like a fucking meal among just hundreds of people, just like not dead yet, just like fuck.
Slowly just getting impaled.
Ugh.
Oh God.
He impaled babies and shit too. I heard about him like impaling like a mother, and then he impaled like her two kids like on each of her fucking breasts or something.
That should be a future topic.
Vlad the Impaler.
Vlad the Impaler was just so.
You could do that.
He's an interesting character. That's just it,
That's a
honestly.
word for you.
Interesting beyond compare.
Dude was a literal like fucking monster, but
Yeah, inspiration for
Yeah.
Dracula.
yeah, and it's pretty fitting to see why once you learn the story.
Yeah.
So my other big one was, did you know Albert Einstein was once offered the presidency of Israel?
Wait, like being the actual president?
Yeah.
What?
Yes. Yeah. I guess it was offered to him in 1952. Yeah, he turned it down, saying, he said, and I quote, "I am deeply moved by the offer from our state of Israel. And at once saddened and ashamed that I cannot accept it. All my life I've dealt with objective matters, hence I lack both the natural aptitude and the experience to deal properly with people and to exercise official functions."
Oh, wow.
That's a guy who knows his fucking lane.
I mean, yeah.
And he knows, like, I wouldn't be good at it. Like, I would.
He's one of those guys I feel like understands their role in life.
He also,
Like everyone has a role to play.
he also, like, fucked his cousin a lot.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was his first cousin.
First cousin,
right?
yeah. First cousin. Not no, like, gray area, second, third. Nah, his cousin. And he liked it.
Him and some other there's a few people in history that have done that.
Then again,
few inspiring, I guess. Not inspiring, influential.
Influential, there you go. That's
Influential people.
the word. Inspiring. If you're getting inspired by that, I don't know.
I mean,
go talk to somebody.
Dude was known as like the smartest dude on the planet at one point.
Yeah.
So
I mean, still like
kind of inspiring, but in only certain aspects of of that word.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was just weird. A lot of people though.
Oh yeah, that was fairly common back in the day. Especially, amongst royalty and such.
I mean, for them, they're like, hey, it's not in the immediate family, so
It's like,
why the fuck not?
It's just like the next step down. So I mean, she looked pretty hot to me.
Jesus.
What's up, little mama? Where you going?
Oh, goodness gracious!
I'm going to your mom's house.
I'll see you at the next family reunion. Oh God,
bring that dick with you.
Oh, that'd be actually really awkward if like things ended bad. Then every family. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Enough of the incest talk.
We don't.
Don't condone that shit. Nerdy news.
I fucking snorted. Damn it. That's enough sister and cousin fucking.
God damn it. Where are we? Fucking Alabama? Jesus.
Reminds me of home.
Okay.
All right. This just in on Nerdy News. Big first news. Did you hear Splash Mountain closed in Disneyland?
No, like permanently?
Well, they're closing it to what they say, rebrand it. So it's still going to be. I think the ride's still going to be the same, but it's going to be rebranded off Princess and the Frog now. Because it was before.
How are they going to do that?
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember the movie and what.
That's one I have not seen actually.
Really? That is one I surprisingly have seen. Well, considering that I haven't seen Encanto, I haven't seen Coco, I haven't seen.
Oh, Coco's good.
There's a recent one that came out that I haven't seen.
Luca?
That people are like, no, I've seen Luca.
I haven't seen that one.
I haven't seen that dragon one. Rhea.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that either.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one either. I heard that was pretty good though.
But yeah. But yeah, I can't really figure out how they would theme the ride after the movie.
Yeah, I don't know. People are mad about it because it's a classic.
It's iconic.
Yeah, but I guess we've been on the ride and shit gets really weird before you do the drop. When you're going up there and like they got the fucking bear or whatever hanging upside down, and you're like, this is fucking kind of weird. Apparently, there's like some racist undertones somewhere in there. Like I guess what the movie had to do with. So that's mainly the reason why they're rebranding it. But the point of that was to say eBay right now is full of listings of people selling the water from the ride.
Like people scooped up the water?
Yeah, because I guess
oh my goodness.
I think like as of today, I think was its last day or recently, give or take. But yeah, like it's been selling up as high as $150.
Holy fuck. What
just
the
somebody
hell?
on the ride just dunk, I'm gonna sell this shit. People nostalgic.
I mean, I get it, but that's also it's water. Like let's be real.
It's not even Pirates of the Caribbean water. Come on. Come on.
Dude, can you imagine if they shut down that fucking ride?
I don't
or if they try to rebrand it somehow?
I'd be mad as fuck.
I'd boycott.
I say I would, but I'd be like, man, I still love Disneyland.
No, I'd boycott.
But Pirates of the Caribbean, as you know, is my fucking favorite ride.
Yeah, we went on it like 4 times the last time we went to Disneyland.
And then when we had grad night, we just
over and over and over.
And then finally, like the third time we got back off and came back through the line, the guy was like, "You guys just want to fucking keep going?" We're like, "Yeah."
Oh yeah, we
were like, "Can we?" On. He's like, "Yeah, dude. There's nobody else. Just fuck it."
I did that also with the Indiana Jones ride. I fucking love that ride.
Oh, that ride's cool.
Yeah, dude, I still wish we were fucking recording that one time, dude. I was on the fucking. I was like, "Let me be in the driver's seat. Let me be in the driver's seat," and I was just like, "All right, everyone, let's fucking go." Just fucking going off.
When I went like 3 times ago or so with my sister, and then we that ride, like it stopped while we were in the mid of one of the turns where the arrows fucking shoot out, and it stopped, and we're in the dark for like it felt like almost 3 to 5 minutes. We were stuck, and I'm just like,
"Hello,
let me the fuck out. This is fucking let me out."
Jesus. You're like, I don't like that. This is scary.
So there was that. That was the big news. And then 2 release dates coming up. Dead Space remake I've talked about. That's coming out this Friday.
That's right, yeah.
I think you can pre-order it already, and I think you can preload it, I think now, or soon.
Like pre-download?
Yeah, just have it ready. So
gotcha.
when Friday like 8 a.m. or whatever hits, just bam. So yeah, 27th of January, and then next month, February 10th, Hogwarts Legacy.
I was gonna bring something up. I don't want to because it's political shit, and I really don't want to bother with it.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
But they're basically saying if you play the game, you're
because
transphobic
because of J.K. Rowling. I mean,
we can't have anything anymore. That's the fucking. That's the main reason why I'm annoyed is because you can find anything wrong with everything. So why would you do that to make your life fucking miserable? Like, I want to enjoy a fucking game where I'm a wizard going around and I could just Lamos.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, she said some dumb shit, but like Harry Potter fucking didn't.
Yeah,
You know?
Why are you condemning
Harry Potter's
Harry
not
Potter?
transphobic,
You
to my knowledge.
No, it's like honestly, it's like you might as well condemn Daniel Radcliffe for playing in the fucking movie.
Yeah. I mean, if we're gonna go
You
that
really
far,
want to go? Yeah, no, they are.
yeah. If we're gonna go that far, be like, oh well, you were just guilty by association. He's like, bro, it happened when I was like 10,
Oh well,
and it was before she did that. Like,
Sucks
well,
to
she
suck.
did it now, so fucking
sucks to suck. You're a bad person now. Yeah, so fucking over it.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for the game though.
No, yeah, it looks cool. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah,
And I'm not like the hugest Harry Potter fan, but that shit looks cool.
I'm pre-ordering that shit for sure.
Yeah, February 10th, dude, it's around the corner.
I know.
Shit, what day of the week is February 10th? Let me look that up real quick.
What day of
Day
the
of the
week?
week is a Friday. So
Appropriate.
this Friday, the 27th, Dead Space. Boom, boom. 2 weeks after that, Hogwarts Legacy. It looks cool.
I know.
Still, fucking, they fucked up with the no multiplayer thing.
It would have been a huge game. Huge.
Huge.
Absolutely. Huge.
Nice.
I don't know if I got the mouth right, but whatever.
You got the tones and the inflections pretty good, I'd say.
All right, for
Good
sure.
enough.
For shizzle. It's like my Optimus Prime one. Sam Witwicky.
Yeah, that was good. Good enough. Good stuff.
Is that all news?
No. Last of Us 2?
Oh, that's
or
right.
episode 2, that is.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I know. I was thinking, I was like, we're fucking missing something.
we are missing something.
So yeah, episode 2 of The Last of Us. Fuck, that was good.
So good.
Damn.
I was telling Matt, it gave me the same anxiety when we first met the clickers in the game. And I was just sitting there like during the episode, just
Breathing a little shaky.
yeah, no.
Dude, when they're walking on the overpass, whatever, and you hear the like off in the city, I was like,
Yeah.
But then as soon as they get in the museum and they drop down and you hear the three like the three clicks, I was like, like my heart dropped. I was like, no.
You got your wish though. The whole fight, he didn't really have the M4 on him.
He used it at the end, but
At the end.
but he used his bang
But he-
fucking revolver.
He got knocked out like pretty early on.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, spoilers. I don't know if we have to say that right now.
We didn't really spoil anything, but yeah, that's a good.
Spoiled couple elements of it, but not like storyline stuff.
Yeah, I meant to say that. Good call. Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. So
If you ain't seen it yet, fucking go watch it.
get the fuck on out of
Go
here.
watch it or go play it, but do both, preferably.
It is interesting. Like if you are watching this, you should have actually played it. Maybe.
Yeah, but
Like,
I mean,
I even played it. If not played it, I fucking watched it on YouTube. So I know what goes on.
yeah, like we were talking about The Last of Us Part 2 earlier, and you haven't played it, but you knew what shit I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But back to the show, I did like certain elements in it, like when they come out of the outside when they're in the building and the whole thing was collapsed in. They go outside and they see the group of the I don't even know what they're fucking called.
I think they just call them infected.
Yeah. You see a group of the infected just laying down on the ground.
And they're kind
like,
of wiggling around.
They're
and
like
shit.
acting like plants.
Yeah.
It's so cool to see that element because typical zombie shit that we think of a virus. We think of, brain eating stuff and blah,
Hyper
blah, blah.
violent, always on the move, but these guys are just fucking lounging until they're fucking activated,
Yeah. which the way they activated was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna bring.
I'll get into that. I just want to talk about how if you saw the sun, when the sun kind of like moved along, you saw them like move in unison
With the sun.
Yeah,
I didn't catch that. That's a good
dude.
point. I did not catch that.
So fucking. I was like, oh my god, this is awesome.
Yeah, these motherfuckers knew what they were doing, man. I fucking just
golf clap.
nailed it. I was gonna say I like seeing a little more of Joel and Tess's relationship. They don't like dive, not like a whole crazy amount, like no crazy backstory, just like little things they've added that she said.
Are you in her like pass?
He's pass.
Where are you from? Pass.
No more questions.
No more questions. I was like, good lord, Joel, chill out.
He's an asshole.
He is, yeah.
And but yeah, like in the end, before they leave the museum, when she's saying to him, like she's like, I never asked you for anything, and then she said, not to feel how I felt, and I'm like, oh, that kind of that tells me that she cares for him a lot.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Jeez, that could've been bad. That she cares for him a lot. But I think she probably wanted more from him than he was able to give. But I'm not saying she like wanted like be my boyfriend. But like she probably just wanted more like emotion like from him than he could emotionally give.
That or she felt like it could have been a thing, but no, I mean that's essentially it.
Yeah, just those little things I liked. There's like catching that. I was like, oh, it's just tiny little bits that just kind of tell you a little bit more about them without giving you this whole exposition, of shit.
Which HBO does a good job of doing that. Disney does not.
Disney's like, all right, let's break this shit down Barney style. Yeah, watch this.
I'm going to tell you exactly how you should feel about this thing. Right. Fuck yourself, Disney. I'm not a child. I could do it myself.
Yeah, there's no gray area in Disney. It's black and white.
It's that critical thinking. Me and Matt.
Hail Nimrod.
Hail Nimrod.
Anyway.
Lucifina.
Excuse me. Hail Lucifina. I'll leave the ending part for the end. But I would say it's pretty interesting how they made the infection like work instead of the spores. Because, the game, they were like, oh, fuck, spores. Put the mask on. Mm-hmm. But like I was watching the commentary after the episode and they said like, in the first episode, they're like, yeah, well, so, now we're all way more familiar with how shit spreads and spores. So it's pretty unrealistic to expect that spores would just stay localized right here and not go anywhere. Like, so yeah, they changed that. And at first I was like, that's pretty crucial to the game, but I don't think it like take anything away from it really. So they got it to where like, it's like patches, right?
Are they bringing it into like the whole COVID thing?
Yeah. He's kind of just referencing that. Yeah.
I will say still two different things. Why? Virus versus bacteria. They act differently. So his reasoning, while I understand it to an extent, is still kind of technically wrong. Because you're dealing with a fungi, which they do tend to just kind of chill in a general area. Yeah, if you get like a wind, they'll push out. But if they're inside of a building, they're not going to react like how he was thinking, whereas like the virus can kind of just like float on in the
right through the air vents and shit, particles, whatever.
I was thinking like the moisture in the air. So he's right, but not right at
half
the same
right,
time.
I guess. Yeah, because like I did catch myself like in the game when they're like coming up to a door and he's like, "Oh, spores, put your mask on." I'm like spores wouldn't be coming out from under the door right now. Like, come on. So yeah, I get it. But yeah, like how they did it is like little patches, I guess. And if you like disturb that patch, like you wake up a patch somewhere else that now knows exactly where the fuck you are, which is kind of realistic.
No, it's pretty cool.
Because that's how like fungi actually kind of communicate super long distances like that.
Which is why kind of interesting. Which is why what I liked. Remember I was telling you about the element, how they communicated and how Tessa is all they're a lot more connected than you think. And I was like,
yeah, I just thought that was
so
crazy.
Cool.
Like he stepped on a patch like in the museum and like fucking down the street, they're all, what the fuck was that? Fucking getting up and we know where that is.
Or or no, was it? He didn't step on it. I think he killed that thing.
He killed that last one and it fell on there and then we saw the little fucking fungus worms going around its hand and then.
Which, if you've seen the episode, the things that came out of that one chick's mouth in the very beginning,
they all got him.
Yeah. And
That's so gnarly. Ugh.
it was cool seeing like the doctor in the beginning, though.
Oh, that
I
part
forgot
was
to
cool.
mention that part, but it was like an Indonesian doctor, which I was listening to the show and they said Indonesia.
Mm.
And I was like, so that's how you properly say it. Because
Fucking, I didn't know that.
because like Japan is not Japan. It's technically not what Japan is called.
What?
They don't call it that. They call it Nippon.
Nippon.
Nippon. Yeah. That's how you pronounce.
And Americans just went, Japan.
Japan.
And
But-
what
Yeah,
does that
no,
translate
and-
to,
and-
like fucking Sunrise Land or something?
Yeah, the land of the rising sun.
Something like that, yeah. See?
But yeah, Indonesia, basically a doctor just went in, was like, they're like, hey, can you take a look at this? And she goes, looks in the microscope, goes, oh, it's, typical,
Yeah, immediately.
typical bacteria thing.
She was like, cordyceps. Yeah, what's the problem?
Takes over ants. If you guys don't really know, I've actually seen it. They turn ants into zombies.
Yeah, you see you can Google cordyceps ants or whatever, and they got fucking shit growing out of their forehead.
It's fucking crazy.
And like that'll keep their body going like after they're dead.
Yeah,
Just puppeteering their fucking ant body over there.
but
Fucking scary.
like when they're saying how, like in the first episode, how they're saying that because of the climate right now, they can't do that. They can't like transfer over to humans. However, if the planet were to get warmer,
Which
can
is
be-
happening.
it can be a possibility. Probability? Probably not. But possibility,
It's possible.
yes.
Yeah. Mm.
And people, you got to know the difference between those fucking words.
Probable and possible.
Probable and possible.
Yeah. Is it possible? Yes. Is it probable?
Probably not.
But could it happen? Sure. But I thought that was crazy when they're like, it's cordyceps or whatever, and she was like, cordyceps don't infect humans, and that guy's looking at her like
He doesn't even say anything. It's
He's
just next scene is
just staring at her. I don't know what to tell you, but they do now.
yeah.
And that was crazy. Like she just how she immediately realized like we're fucked. Like she just starts crying,
Oh yeah.
And they
Like,
asked her,
what do we do?
and she just bomb.
Bomb.
I was like, damn.
The amount of coconuts you have to have in order to just be like, the solution is a bomb.
If it's spread, it's too late.
And you have to kill everyone in this place, including us.
And that's why she was crying. She was like, I'd like to go home now. Be with my family, please. That's just crazy how she knew that. Like, she's like, it's already at this stage. Oh, it's fucked.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
She's like, who bit her? We don't know. Fuck, then they're still out there.
Bomb.
It's a lost cause now.
Yeah, that was heavy shit.
It really was. And I liked it though.
It was really good. Yeah.
The show as a whole, the way they're going about the storytelling, and even some of the elements that they changed, like when we were talking about the spores. Well, Joel goes to go and check like a root or
See if
some
it's-
part of the fungi, and he said it's dried out.
Yeah.
So that already goes into effect of like, okay, there's not going to be any spores.
Yeah.
So they already addressed that issue, that continuity error.
Yeah, but I like they did acknowledge that too. But like I was thinking when he's down there checking, I'm like, man, Joel, if that thing's not dry, like, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Like maybe he should have like had a cloth in hand.
I mean,
goes,
like at the very least, just
right. Yeah.
all right,
yeah.
we're good. But like, bro, if it's not dry, like, you want to find out the hard way?
Exactly.
Like, I mean, you could at least kick it. You didn't have to get down there and go, what the fuck is that? Fucking guy, come on, Joel.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh yeah,
Don't.
with Ellie. Yeah, and she's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a bad idea.
Can you imagine just Joel just
Because Joel's like, I will fucking shoot you. Joel's
like-
not playing. He's
Yeah.
like, she twitches, I will shoot her.
when she was like, oh, you heard that from there? Yeah, I could hear you guys. So you know that he wants to shoot you, right? And she just looks at him like,
And she just like gulp.
fuck. Shit.
Joel's just sitting there the whole time with the gun just on her.
Every little, which kind of bugged me. I get the paranoia, but it bugged me. I'm like, dude, chill out. Like, she's good.
Yeah,
Like, she hasn't turned by now. Probably not going to happen.
yeah, it's true. But like he thinks, I mean, he's like, maybe she's just different. Maybe she'll turn tomorrow. Who knows? But that's the thing.
Yeah.
That fear would. I mean, especially he's been doing it for the past what, like 25 years. ish, 20 plus years.
20 years.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
been doing
was
it like
the
20 years.
timeline.
So, and she's been alive. She's what, 14?
Yeah.
So,
Damn, she was born into the shit. Fuck.
he's got, she's only been doing it for.
I can only imagine being a post-apocalyptic baby. Fuck.
I mean,
They probably have an easier life, like dealing with it,
Yeah.
because they grow up in it.
Mom, can I go play outside? No!
Absolutely not.
Are you fucking crazy? All right. So let's get to the sadness.
Yeah.
So, Tess at the end. We all know she goes out.
Yeah.
But man, I didn't know they were gonna make it that much worse than the game. Because in the game, she just shot, boom, done. Because they're running from the military, not from the infected.
Mm-hmm.
And in the game, just bam, done. It's over.
Yep.
But like fuck. She got the kiss of death from that fucking thing.
It wasn't like, yeah, I would say kiss of death, but he is just more or less like,
Oh god, it was fucking gross. Just so weird
the
too.
little
Like
things that we were talking about just go and yeah.
it was so weird too how like they all were running by her. I don't know. I was wondering if they were gonna keep running by her because like she's already infected.
That's what I did.
So they're like, "Oh hey, what's up?" And just like keep run this way.
like how in World War Z, the people that were already sick, they run past.
Just
the
like
people.
they're like, "Yeah, no, keep
Like,
running."
we don't need to do it with you. You're already fucking dying.
And they're like, "Hey man, people eat this way."
Yeah. And I think that's why she got the kiss of death, because she's like, you're the thing is like, you're already infected. Come here.
Yeah, because that was weird how that one saw her and just slowly came up to her and just.
But I do want to talk about the most annoying part of that scene was the fucking lighter.
Yeah,
The fucking lighter,
that part
dude.
I didn't get.
I was getting really annoyed, and like how you had mentioned, she's just over here. I'm like, bitch, go pick up a fucking grenade.
That's what I'm saying. A whole box of grenades rolled out on the fucking ground. I would have fucking picked one of those up and kink, come and get me, dickhead.
Yeah. Before the kiss of death.
As soon as he's coming up, just chink. Let that spool go. I got roughly 4 seconds. 3 seconds. 3.5.
About.
What was it? There was some quote I saw a long time ago, random, that said like a random M67 fragmentation grenade fuse. Like a 4-second M67 frag grenade fuse lasts 3 seconds. Did I say random? I meant standard. A standard fuse, whatever. Standard 4-minute fuse lasts 3 minutes. Damn.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, dude, yeah, fuck. That was rough.
It definitely was kind of interesting to me because Ellie also got scratched, but her shit was already healing.
Yeah.
Versus, and she had said something. She said, well, if anyone's going to get it,
If it had to happen to somebody.
Yeah, glad it was me. But then like Tess was being all fucking quiet and shit. But then you also see her. I don't know. It was sad. It really was sad.
I just, it sucked because as soon as she like goes off by herself, I was like, there it is.
Yeah,
There it is. Fuck.
Yeah, you could already tell. I think for me, I didn't really expect any military issues going on. I did kind of expect the infected part because of the separation. So I was just waiting.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for her to admit it.
Yep. And, just like the game, she's like, yep, it happened. Joel's like, fuck. But unlike the game, when Joel's like, we can fight, we can stay, she's like, get out of here. Joel's just staring her for a while. Then he just fucking grabs Ellie and takes off. Because he knows, like, he has to just get the fuck out of there. Or he's probably going to stay.
Yeah.
And he's got to drag Ellie because she's not going to come willingly.
I did laugh at when Joel was like trying to say, no, I'm not going to leave. And Tess just interrupts and
Just
says,
shut the fuck up.
I ain't got enough time. I was like, damn. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong, but God.
Like she really, who knows? She probably had like 30 minutes left or something. Like, fuck. Because like before, like when she's holding Ellie's arm, she already started fucking shaking.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was on her last legs.
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, fuck.
Show is still good.
Super good.
So fucking good right now.
Yeah, definitely pleased. Fucking keep it up.
I know. We were talking about it was like 3 weeks ago. We were like, fuck, I'm fucking nervous.
This shit looks good, but I hope it actually is good.
Yeah.
And did I tell you like originally they were looking at getting I don't know the actor's name, but the dude who played Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones. They were looking at him to play Joel. At least when I heard about this show like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, I don't think that would have been a hot take. Or I think it would have been a hot take.
I remember originally when I first played the game, back when it came out, I said if they ever make a movie, I want Josh Brolin to play fucking Joel. That was what I thought back then. Now I've kind of changed my mind a little bit.
Can kind of see it, but no.
I think he could have done it. I think he'd have the look if you beard him up, and then he could fucking rock that accent. I think, because let's be honest, Pedro's accent, that shit comes and goes whenever it fucking wants.
For me, I'm like, I don't think he has the hair for it.
Pedro?
No,
Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin. Because for me, like Joel had some hair, dude.
Yeah, he had full head of hair. Yeah,
but then that's why, like Pedro Pascal, I was like, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, he's got good hair. I'm down.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm weird about that shit. Like whenever it comes to like typecasting, I do want them to generally look exactly like
how they're supposed to.
Now, I know that's not going to happen with everything, but for established characters,
let's get as close as we can within reason.
Yeah,
because otherwise, like, why are you changing that?
So I wouldn't want to get someone who looks exactly like him, but then sucks ass at acting,
but then doesn't sound or look, or act like him.
Yeah,
they just look like him.
Yeah,
so you're like fighting with yourself. You're like, but. That's all, folks. See you.
No, but the feedback.
Damn it.
That is all, though, I think, for The Last of Us.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Just go watch the show. It's fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Time to get into the meat and potatoes.
Yeah, let's get in on it.
All right. So, as you guys know, we had a fun little debate on 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
About the Mandalorians and the Spartans from Halo. And me and Matt have done a little bit more research into see how this fight would fare. And we do have like different generations of the Mandalorians and of the Spartans. So we will get into that as like a general sense, but yeah,
we'll see.
So I think it's going to be a general thing. We're not going to go like this for that, this for that, this for that. We're just kind of openly talking about the subjects and just seeing where it goes.
So, all right. So let's see. What do you? Oh, I thought you were like writing something. I was like, what are you? Oh, fuck, I forgot this. Like let's assume that the fight starts off like in a ship battle, ship to ship. I mean, you want to give it to Star Wars, or the Mando, because just fucking beep, 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 laser weapons.
The Mandalorians were skilled pilots, very skilled, and the type of aircraft that they used was the I had it. Damn, I forgot the name of the ship, but basically the wings kind of can spin
around
the cockpit, and it gave Mandalorians a better steady hand at shooting while also maneuvering, and they're not over here doing like flips and shit.
Right.
And they're able to just maneuver it perfectly. So that also helps when it comes to like fighting in space.
Plus, a lot of the Spartans, I mean, to my knowledge, they can fly and pilot shit, but that's not like their designation. He's not a pilot.
They're hardcore like ground troops. Yeah, for sure.
Well, their whole thing is I think they made their own little branch. Now they're called Spartan operations. They fall under like special operations, I guess, but they're Spartan operations.
It's like Spec-Ops.
Yeah, and their whole thing, just a little tidbit of like their lore, I guess. No Spartan, they made like a kind of a mythos about them. That's why no Spartan is ever considered KIA. They're all MIA. If anyone dies, they're just MIA. No Spartan is ever killed in action, even when they are.
That's interesting. I wonder why.
It's just for morale.
It's a political thing.
Yeah, no, it's all for like it's all for morale. Because if like the regular, UNSC fucking grunt sees Spartan get fucking whacked, he's like, "What the fuck am I gonna do? Look at that fucking guy."
Yeah.
So yeah.
So easily Star Wars takes the space battle just by.
Yeah. I was gonna say, but like on their big ships, like on big old, their big freighters or whatever the fuck they're flying, they got this shit called the mag cannon. Stands for magnetic accelerator cannon, and it's a type of coil gun capable of delivering metallic projectiles at immense speeds. So like
giant bullets.
like a big old fucking like rail gun, just boom, fucking yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'd still give it to Star Wars on that one. But
Last I checked, I don't remember Mandalorians having like a freighter.
yeah,
They had transport ships and they had their fighters. I don't remember them having a freighter, but then I could be wrong because I didn't really look too much into their spaceships. I just know the most known one that we've seen in like Clone Wars and shit like that. And I got the Lego for it.
yeah. Although the Covenant ships did have that shield over their ships too, the energy shield, which humans in Halo universe were able to sort of reverse engineer. It's not nearly as strong, but they kind of got a little bit of something.
They're able to have like some type of force field.
And do Star Wars ships have a little force field?
Yeah.
I thought they did.
Yeah, they have a shield generator.
I was like, I thought they did, but like you never really see it too much.
Not well, I mean they mentioned it in a few films.
I was like, didn't we see it in an episode?
But you just don't see the actual shield around it. It's assumed to be invisible.
Yeah.
So
I think it's the same way with Halo, at least from like the books I've like read.
until it hits.
Yeah, like until you see the boom. But like they talk about it like in the books when like they're doing a little spacewalk, they're jumping over to the Covenant ship.
Yeah.
And they talk about like trying to grab and you just start slipping. You're like, what the fuck? Like because the shield just slippery.
It's like glass.
Which was something they had to get used to. At least they talked about Master Chief when he's trying out the Mjolnir armor first. He had to get used to that because that has the overshield.
He's wearing Thor's hammer.
Because he had to get used to that overshield too, because it's slippery like on their feet, I guess, kind of.
Yeah.
I guess it might not cover like the bottom of their feet really to help with that, but yeah, he noticed. He's like, oh, it's a little slippery. Like shit, you got to deal with that.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, I think space battle will be Mando. Sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Do we want to go into? I guess we could just go into a general combat thing.
Yeah, so we could go into just general combat. Say they're down on the ground now. Let's say what Matt, you want just like a regular like present Mandalorian or like some kind of specific?
I'll do because I'll just base it off some of their weapons. So for like a long range thing, typically they use their own types of pistols. They typically dual wield, so they're just over here, pew 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 pew. Right?
I mean, you don't have to worry about recoil. Just beep, boop, 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 boop.
No, exactly. I think Halo they
have
do
conventional ammunition mostly.
Yeah. But being that they're a Spartan, I don't think recoil really fucking matters to them.
I mean, they
probably could hold it just like
tuck and
yeah. They're pretty steady. They're pretty steady hand.
Yeah, for sure.
But the Mandalorians also have the Ambin disruptor rifle. Which you've seen in the Mandalorian show where he shoots the one.
Oh, is that his fucking vaporizer thing?
Yep.
Oh, which is like super illegal in like Star Wars, right? They're like, don't fucking vaporize people, bro.
Oh yeah, like that was one thing that that Vader had said to Boba Fett at one point. He's like, no vaporizing. And Boba Fett's just sitting there like,
that was my plan. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. So they have that as well, and it does ignore shields. Yeah, you have to absolutely avoid it. That's the kind of like that's the main reason why it's kind of illegal, quote unquote. But that's Mandalorians are in it for the win. So
yeah, and they know it's either him or me. I mean, they both know that.
That's just like, long range stuff.
Let's say we're going like Master Chief, like a Spartan 2, in the Spartan 2 program. Though these guys were the most biologically engineered. So in case you guys don't know, I'm sure you do, but there's different Spartan programs. The original Spartans before Master Chief were just called like the Orion Project, and they like kind of failed. And then they came Spartan 2s, and these guys were the most biologically engineered. They had so much shit, and they were biologically engineered and kidnapped at like age 7, like 6 or 7. Because at the time, I think at that time when they started it, they realized like they can only do them when they're young. And they had to have very, very fucking specific like genetic traits to be able to handle a lot of this. And a lot of these kids didn't make it, getting shot up, whatever biological shit. And they said like in the book, like the Fall of Reach, when you follow Master Chief from 7 years old going through training up until the Fall of Reach right before Halo 1. But they're like he talks about like the kids that don't die end up just twisted up and just so fucking like disfigured because their body just couldn't fucking handle that shit that they're trying to do to them. So he's like, yeah, these kids who are just so twisted up, he's like, physically they're fucked, but their minds are super fucking strong still. He's like, so we still got jobs for those guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Yeah. And in terms of getting in duking it out on the ground with the Mandalorian, avoiding his fucking vaporizer rifle,
It's a must.
the Spartan 2s have that onboard AI support, Cortana right in the back of his head.
Yeah.
So
they have
she
a
could see
second
that.
voice.
She would see that shit coming, I think, before he shot it. He's about to shoot you. Oh, shit.
And she'd be like scanning already.
Yeah.
Subconsciously scanning and being like, oh, yo, he's got a fucking thingy.
He's about to shoot you in 3 seconds.
He's about to shoot you in 3 seconds.
So there are actually different AIs. There are what they call dumb AI, which are not dumb. But then there's smart AI, which are Cortana is a smart AI. Because a dumb AI is just like hyper focused on like one aspect.
Got you.
Like say he's an AI on like a farm or something. He knows what the fuck to do
For farming.
with this.
Gotcha.
Or they have like dumb AIs on the ships that are like only to help you for like planning your slip space jumps and stuff.
Right.
But smart AIs, Cortana's like, I know fucking everything. But the thing with them
That's cheating.
is the
Meanwhile, I'm over here with the disruptor.
yeah, fucking that bitch can see in the future, basically. But the only downside with the smart AIs, they only last about 7 years before they start going into rampancy. Mm-hmm. Basically, just the AI equivalent of humanity fucking going insane. Losing their fucking mind. Which we all saw Cortana do recently, where she's just fucking going ape shit. So I think the AI, assuming we got an AI, that's a fucking huge leg up.
It is. I honestly didn't think it does help with like combat. It's almost like Jarvis.
Yeah, literally. Yeah,
when he was fighting like Captain America and he was getting his ass handed to him. And he's like, analyze the fighting patterns, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, Jarvis was like, you're not going to win.
Or Friday. It was Friday in that film.
Friday, yeah, because before that, Jarvis was taken out.
Yeah, and Vision.
To Vision, yeah. But yeah, he was telling him, you're not going to win. And he was like, just try. Fuck. All right. block.
Yeah.
And the Spartan 2s, dude, they have so much tech in their armor. Like, I started to write it down, and it's just too much. It's so much shit.
Yeah. Do you have a general consensus or
it's so much shit?
General idea though?
So like there's
the Mandalorians have shit in their armor.
There's like their basic outer armor, the green or let's say
what we see.
His green plate, whatever.
Yeah.
That's like the big armor. And then beneath that, the black layer is this black, I think they call like nano composite kind of armored bodysuit layer.
Okay.
So that's armored. And then they got all kinds of like microprocessors, a bunch of bullshit in their armor because their armor's totally powered. It's not just like a suit,
So do they lose power?
That was the big problem with the Orion project, the Spartan 1 project.
The first one.
Those guys basically had to like be fucking plugged into a generator, you know? And I think a lot of those guys got fucked up too because those guys weren't biologically engineered. So a lot of times they'd get in this power armor and it would just like fucking their body couldn't handle the movement. So their arm would just get like fucking thrown out of its socket, broken, shattered.
I know how that feels.
Yeah. But to like have this armor and be like, I'm so fucking strong, but your body can't handle how fucking strong you are, so just shattered. Jesus. What the fuck? And then I guess we could say Spartan 3s were sort of a Spartan 3 I think would be more of a even match.
For which Mandalorian?
That's a good question.
Are we talking modern Mandalorian? Or which the modern Mandalorian that we know of now is essentially just disbanded. Yeah. They're spread across the universe like crazy. They're not even like they're not a singular unit anymore. They're mostly mercenaries.
Drifters, yeah.
But like if we're talking about like the Neo Mandalorians, which were back in the wars of the old Republic, where they were fighting against Jedi and Sith. Now them motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's a different story.
Yeah, they go ham.
That dude's fighting for his life every second of every day.
Yeah. I remember like Mandalorians were bred to be warriors from the very get-go. And they followed like this core thing of principles. And their whole thing was we fight to win. Mm-hmm. They're all about like the idea of competition and how competition rules the universe. It was fucking cool to hear about. I was like, yeah, I want to be a Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Because I understand the competition part. I'm very competitive.
Oh, I would totally sign up to be a Mandalorian.
One of their things is like they believe that because you know how like bigger black holes can eat smaller black holes, bacteria can eat other bacteria. Everything in life is all about survival of the fittest.
As Obi-Wan once said, there's always a bigger fish. Or was that Qui-Gon that said that?
I think that was Qui-Gon.
If that was Qui-Gon, there's always
Yeah.
a bigger fish.
So yeah, they understand that to a T. And the Neo Mandalorians, I mean, they were conquerors.
Yeah.
They helped conquer a lot of shit.
Oh yeah, I mean, fuck, they killed the mythosaur to a fucking extinction.
Yeah, those were the first Mandalorians that actually founded the planet Mandalore, which those mythosaurs inhabited. And for the Mandalorians, they thought of it as like, you know what? Because those creatures were like fucking vicious.
Oh,
like
was,
no one could stand up to them.
That was the top of the food chain.
Yeah,
for
essentially. Sure. And the Mandalorians came in there and like, this is the perfect planet for us to fucking just prove our shit.
This is a
that we are the
planet.
top motherfuckers in this bitch. So they killed all of them. And that skull that you see for the Mandalorians, that is the mythosaurs.
At least that was Boba and Jango's like family, crest, whatever. Because Din Djarin doesn't have that. He just got his Mudhorn one in that season 1.
Yeah, those are older.
But yeah, like that's just what everybody associates with Mandalorians because
the first Mandalorians, that is their symbol.
Yeah.
The Neo Mandalorians, also their symbol. Once it started getting to like Boba Fett, Jango Fett kind of era, that's when it kind of started getting disbanded and people were having their own little clans. Because you also saw it in like Rebels. I think it was Rebels, where you had more Mandalorians in that one. I'm pretty sure it's Rebels. I'm gonna stick to it.
I see a lot of Mandalorians in there, and they were
all had like different like colored freaking suits and whatnot, is because they were a different clan. So now you have all these bunch of different clans. So I think today's Mandalorians wouldn't stand a chance. Like they are skilled. Actually, I would say the Mandalorians that sided with the dark side, they could stand a chance against some of the Spartans. Maybe like the Spartan 2s. Maybe.
Yeah.
That one actually might be hard. I think the Mandalorians would probably lose in that one, in that regard. But
because that dude just, like I said, I think it's on like the bio, Master Chief in his armor weighs half a ton. So that fucker's 1,000 pounds. And imagine getting hit by one of those. I don't give a fuck how strong your helmet is. Bing! Fucking.
Oh, get a ringer?
What?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, the Beskar armor can only do so much.
But on the flip side, if we're talking Spartan 3s, this was their, I don't know if I already said it, this was sort of them more mass-producing Spartans. Because the Spartan 2 project was fucking astronomically expensive. Like,
I can only imagine.
And super immoral. But whatever.
The ethics, like the way they went about
these
doing
kids,
shit.
they snatched at 7 years old. They flash cloned these kids and just sent that flash clone back down to live with the family. And those clones would often die within a couple of years just because their medical problems would just die.
Biologically, they're not like a human, like actual person.
Yeah. And so Spartan 3s, mass producing them, they were obviously way less expensive, but they, instead of like snatching kids, they would recruit these revenge-fueled orphans from destroyed colonies. You want to come get in the Spartan 3 program, fuck shit up? Fuck yeah.
Revenge fueled. I like that little.
Yeah. They did have more intense training than previous Spartans, and they were sent on more dangerous missions, thus their casualty rates way higher. Which is why they're kind of considered more or less a failure too, because there's not really any of them left. But their armor way less powerful, because now it's not Mjolnir, it's the SPI armor, the semi-powered infiltration armor. Super less advanced and durable, obviously. It's more focused on stealth than raw strength. They have these photoreactive panels that give them sort of an active camouflage. They're not.
Oh, nice.
They're not perfect. Yeah, they can get. They can get kind of thrown off with like a flashbang or something.
Yeah.
And then you'll see the panels like resetting real
like
quick.
glitch.
Yeah. So a Mandalorian could get around that pretty easy. And plus they got their scanner shit. I don't know they'd be able to hide at all.
Yeah, I don't think camouflage would be an issue for the Mandalorians.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they have a little bit. They don't have as much tech as the Spartans. I will say that for sure. But they do have needed tech.
Yeah, the necessities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they got the jetpack, which that will play a massive role in how the fighting goes because they can keep the distance if they needed to. Knowing this, like if they had the knowledge of the Spartan being like this fucking brute of a fucking human.
I mean, those guys are quick too, though. Like they're big, but they're for their size, they're pretty fucking quick.
Yeah, quickness. But then I think of like agility. Agility is a little bit different when it comes to that. Because like it does involve quickness, but there's the nimbleness that you have.
Yeah. I mean, from what like I've read and stuff like about like I guess Master Chief specifically, like they're all like fairly nimble and quiet, even in their fucking 1,000-pound fucking armor. Like fucking snap a dude's neck with one hand.
Like quiet to who? The fucking dumbass grunts.
Yeah, well,
in Halo that are just like he killed the fucking armor.
I still remember the first time in Halo 3 seeing a grunt just go with 2 grenades and run at me. He blew me up and I just sat there laughing my ass off. Like, what the fuck?
He blew you up.
Yeah.
You're just sitting there. I can't believe
you just did that.
I just fucking died.
The fucking guy. What was I gonna? Anyway, with the Spartan 3s, they I said with their fucking panels getting busted. Their armor also not super long term. That shit's got to be recharged, plugged back in because they got all that active camo that need to constantly be fucking working, and they don't have any onboard AI support, so that's right out. Way less powerful armor.
Yeah.
So it's like a toss up. Like they'd be way sneakier and stealthier.
So Spartan 3, I don't think could handle the Neo Mandalorians.
Yeah.
I think they're more or less like they could go toe to toe with modern day Mandalorians.
Yeah, give him like a singular Mandalorian out by himself and send to Spartan 3, and then maybe.
Yeah.
Then maybe.
I think it'd be a solid fight.
It'd be, yeah.
No, the Neo Mandalorians was probably the prime. I mean, absolutely, it was the prime
For
because
sure.
they had their civilization. They've conquered certain planets, and then of those planets, whatever species was there, they'd be like, "Hey, you either join us or die."
I mean,
so
George Washington, took a page out of their book, and all those guys join or die, motherfucker. That wasn't George that said that. I'm just talking out my ass. But that was on those flags, join or die.
It was their thing. Like that. That's how they ended up having like a little bit more species. They had more humans because in Star Wars, the human race is essentially the most prominent amongst the galaxies, which if we think about like asteroids and having human DNA on there and then So, but yeah, that's the gist. But it was cool hearing about how their combat style was, while being still good for the first Mandalorians, as soon as they started getting more species in, they started developing better skills in regards to hand-to-hand combat and also tactical fighting.
Right. I mean, you got to get different viewpoints, multiple people's perspectives.
So I think that plays in favor of the Mandalorians because Spartans are human. Mm-hmm. While biologically altered and they got Cortana, they still have more of a Spec-Ops soldier mindset. Well, not mindset, skill set. That's what I meant.
For sure.
And then, I mean, Mandalorians just have a little bit more knowledge. Also, I don't know how long has the Spartan thing been around in Halo?
Oh shit! I mean, like I said, they did that. They had certain years. I didn't write it down, but like, so the
If you were to
Spartans.
guesstimate.
So like I know like in their Halo year, it's like I think they started the Orion project in like year 2152 or some shit like that.
Okay.
And then I'm not sure exactly how long until the Covenant happened, but the Spartans were originally created to fight human rebels, not aliens.
Right.
Because they were these people, human rebels on the outer colonies and shit.
So the span of Spartans would probably be about 200 years? 300
I think
years?
it'd be less than that.
Really? All of Spartans.
Yeah, because
I'm talking every single generation.
well, shit. Yeah,
You have to count. You have to count those because it's all Spartan.
So because then they made Spartan 4s, which are
We're fucking ass.
no, they're better. They have a lot more technologically advanced armor, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Because they are still biologically engineered, but way less so than Spartan 2s. Way less. And so they have that super souped up Mjolnir Gen 2 armor to compensate for not being
as strong.
as engineered. Although their armor does it super boosts their reaction speed and strength and everything.
Yeah.
Way more than Master Chief's armor.
Okay.
And they actually were the fucking one time they actually started using volunteers in the military instead of orphans or fucking just snatching kids up.
Instead of kidnapping motherfuckers.
Instead of kidnapping or exploiting, basically.
Yeah, I think at some point the Mandalorians also started taking volunteers instead of, conquering planets and shit. Everyone has a past. Fucking get over it. Jesus.
They're not all clean.
Fuck.
Real quick about the Spartan 3s, I forgot to say. They do have a cooling system that masks the thermal signature. Because I brought up earlier, Mandalorian could fucking boop, 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 scan shit.
For heat signatures.
So, yeah, that'll help cover that up. I don't know if it 100%.
I don't know the full specs of the Mandalorian's little eyepiece because not all of them have.
Yeah.
It's not a common tool that they can use. It's very specific Mandalorians that have it.
But yeah. I just thought that was a little thermal masking. That's also a good boon in a fight. So,
one thing I didn't know this, and I feel like I should have, was that the Mandalorians had magnetized boots, so they can just be and just stay up on and be like, "What's up? You gonna come get me?"
I think Spartan 2's got that shit too, because when they have to,
do they?
When they have to go, like I said, when they're doing the spacewalks, jumping over to the next ship, they fucking.
Can you imagine?
And they got jetpacks and shit too.
Do they?
Mm-hmm. That's how they put that shit on when they're jumping over to the next ship. They're like, all right, but they're in space, so they can't just. They're like, all right, just kind of float. Oh shit, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, wrong way. Okay.
It's like the astronauts how they have it now, just a little bit of.
You don't need much. You don't need to go because then you'll just. You just need enough to. Just help. I can only imagine how terrifying that would be to just miss the handle.
Was it common for the Spartans to have the energy sword? Motherfucker.
Who you flipping off, bitch? No, that's straight up Covenant.
All right, so Mandalorians win.
What? Because the Darksaber? Well, only one of them's got it.
Yeah, true.
And chances of the one Spartan finding the one Mandalorian that's got it, pretty low.
Yeah, but I'm saying if we're doing one v one,
for argument's sake, we'll say Spartan with an energy sword versus the Mando with the fucking Darksaber.
I say if we were gonna do group versus group, I think Mandalorians would absolutely demolish the Spartans.
You think so?
You understand how many Mandalorians there are, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot. Far more than the Spartans probably created.
Yeah.
In their thing.
Especially
each with their skill sets, each with their tools. Just it's a numbers game at that point.
Yeah. Because the Spartans, they're Spec-Ops, small teams.
Yeah.
Master Chief was on blue team back then, and it was him and I don't know, 4 other people. 3 or 4 other people. But the thing with them is in the books, they're a fucking unit. They perfect, fucking in sync. And they in the books, they'll say when Dr. Halsey, the chick who helped make him,
yeah,
she's saying she's talking to him or something, and there'll be a brief couple seconds of them silence, but she knows that brief couple seconds is them talking to each other. In their fucking intercom, but it's just them just fucking staring at you for a minute. It's yeah, all right.
Can you imagine how awkward it's just
so are we gonna do it? And they're yeah.
Yeah. I think the Spartan 4s would be a fun little combat against the Death Watch.
Ooh, okay. I like this.
Because the Death Watch, they started to kind of because the Death Watch went against the Mandalorians that were all about peace at that point, right?
Death Watch were trying to reclaim their former glory or
The
something.
former
right?
glory of the Neo Mandalorians, which is the ones that were in full scale
Yeah,
battles.
fucking warlord Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those dude, I was learning a lot about the Neo Mandalorians. That shit was. They need to make a movie so
That'd be
fucking.
sick. Well, they're gonna be going into that High Republic shit, so I don't know. We'll see.
Hopefully, yeah, dude. Bred to be warriors, multiple species, hand to hand combat. They're also like trained in every aspect of the battlefield, so they're adaptable beyond compare. And I think that is also a leg up, considering that the Spartans were in those small teams. Small teams typically are like reconnaissance. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not stupid. I'm like, I know the fucking Spartans have gone into straight up battles before, but their main thing is definitely recon
Behind
and
enemy lines,
and Spec-Ops shit. You know,
Yeah, straight up.
fucking, they're the Navy SEAls. They're the Green Berets.
They're the fucking beyond Delta Force fucking shit of those guys. Because like, I guess if we want to go like, I don't know, like SEALs in Halo universe would probably be like the ODST, the orbital drop shock troopers, those guys. Which, fun fact, in the Halo ODST game, Nathan Fillion's in it.
Yeah.
He plays a character named Buck, and Buck actually becomes a Spartan 4 by the time you get to one of the later games. So you see him in his ODST armor, and then later you see him fucking boosh, Spartan 4, you know, like, what's up?
And that's it.
Yeah.
All right. One of the things that I found out, and I think it could also play into like a possible victory for the Mandalorians, is that Mandalorians are trained to find the weaknesses of their opponent and exploit them, because their whole thing is we're winning. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not if and or but.
Yeah.
It's we are winning and we will do whatever it takes. It's like if I were to get into a fight with someone and be like, you know, I could fisticuffs. However, you got balls, eyes, throat,
I'm doing all that
nose. Like, that's exploiting a weakness.
Yeah. There's no like honor in like the fight. It's like, I'm just going to win.
Now, in order for them to, but I will say that in order for them to really get into that is they would have to know the Spartans. Like, for the Jedi, they knew how the Jedi would fight. They knew how the Sith would fight.
That's why they got the fire, because they fucking lightsaber can't block fire.
They got the fire. They got the whistling birds,
Yeah.
which are what you see in Mandalorian with those little things that come out of his wrist and killed all the fucking stormtroopers he was surrounded by. They also have like a ripcord, which you've seen Jango Fett use against Obi-Wan. Where Obi-Wan
when
goes,
he fucking
and then
yanked
drops
him.
his thing, and he's like,
because their like main goal was get him away from his lightsaber.
yeah,
as soon as you fucking
separate him as much as you can.
Yeah.
And then they also had a little shield, not common to see, but you have seen them in, I believe, the Clone Wars. Little shield, just little,
like a little buckler type, just for fucking parrying, just for bing parrying and shit. Yeah.
So I mean, the reason why I brought up the whole span of like how long has the Spartans been around is because like for this fight, the Mandalorians have been around for thousands of years.
That's true. They got way longer history for
They
sure.
just have a longer heritage, and I think that can play a part. But it really does depend on like which Spartan is fighting which Mandalorian, because you've had different generations of both.
Yeah, for sure.
If we were to go toe to toe,
It's tough, dude. Like I don't want to end it and say I don't know, because
it really is tough.
they have such great benefits and then some big weaknesses that the other can fucking.
Okay, let's do it this way. If you were to put up a Spartan, who would you put up? I already have what's in my mind.
For Mandalorian?
Yeah, like which Mandalorian I'd throw out there.
If I was to put a Spartan, I mean, you know, of course I want to just go Master Chief. That dude's been around forever. He's fought. Fought everybody under the fucking sun.
Which generation?
Oh, which generation?
That's cheating.
Then in that, I mean, just in terms of benefits, I mean, a Spartan 2, I'd say. I mean, either that or a Spartan 4, but probably have to go Spartan 2.
What's the biggest difference between the two? That would
The biggest difference
Kinda
between
sway
Spartan
you.
2 and 4, I think, is just, well, the Spartan 4,
Other
like I
than the
said,
armor thing.
other than the Spartan 4 being less biologically enhanced. They still are, but significantly less.
So you would pick Spartan 2.
It's tough because like technically the Spartan 4 armor is supposed to be better than the Spartan 2 armor because it's the Gen 2 of the Mjolnir
What about
armor.
their skills? Are they
Well,
more
see-
skilled than the Spartan 2s?
So that's the thing too, because Spartan 2s, snatched as 7-year-old kids. But these guys, Spartan 4s, are recruited from, military branches now.
They're volunteers.
So like I said, that guy Buck, he was already a ODST.
Gotcha. Yeah.
He was already fucking ground pound spec ops, and now he's the specialist of ops. So, I don't know, maybe Spartan 4. I mean, other than obviously Master Chief was like, oh, but praise him.
Praise.
But yeah, I don't know, Spartan 4 because their armor's way more advanced. And not to say that the Spartan 2 armor is not.
I'd imagine they'd still have the same weapons.
Yeah.
Generally.
Yeah, and that is a downside compared to Mandalorians. They're using majority conventional ammunition, fucking fired rounds,
we don't know
cased
how
ammunition.
we don't know how that would affect against Beskar armor.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, they made Beskar spears to just poke through it.
Oh yeah, and axes.
And I can only imagine, Master Chief's out there in the Star Wars universe, and he gets in his first scrap with a Mandalorian, and they peace out.
Oh yeah,
Because that's always how it goes. They fight, and they're like, oh fuck, and they gotta bounce and go prepare.
it's like Batman.
Say, yeah, exactly. With prep time, Batman can beat anybody. Fuck off.
I mean, with prep time, anyone can beat anyone. Shut up. Fuck you.
But say Master Chief would find out, that dude would do his fucking homework, figure out what his armor's made out of, and he'd realize quick, oh man, say his bullets didn't work.
But if we also gave prep time,
He'd find that shit and be like, I'm gonna make my own fucking spear and just fucking.
but if we gave prep time, Mandalorians might take it because of the way they're taught.
But then on the flip side, I would say on the same thing, you give the fucking Spartans, you give Master Chief some fucking prep time, like I said, and say he's just gets lucky and can find someone to make him a Beskar spear.
But that's a difference between like giving someone prep time and they're just like, oh, they find out something that could use. Whereas if the Mandalorians fight the one time, figure out their weaknesses, they are turning that shit around hardcore. That's what they're trained for, right? That's where I'm like, that's the difference. Is like, yeah, Master Chief could figure out something to use, but the Mandalorians will figure out how to beat them. So it's the probable versus possible. I think that's actually like, is that a probable versus possible?
I don't know. Because, I mean, at the same time... Sorry, that was just...
Oh, I was like,
tap.
did we just break the table?
fucking break through the floor or something.
Oh, God.
And we're just sitting back down the table downstairs. Just
the big one just happens right now. Fuck. I'm putting the podcast up anyway.
No more podcast.
I'm putting it up anyway.
Next week's episode's just in rubble. Just, hey, everybody.
So you said Spartan 4.
I think, because at the same time, if that Spartan gets a Beskar spear or Beskar anything, yeah. I mean, like, they would do their homework too. They're not just like, oh, I'll just fight him again, like last time.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they're not going to do that. I'm just saying the Mandalorians are trained in that. There's a difference between having like the idea of like, okay, I could probably use this to do something versus having actual training and be like, this is how you do this. This is what you're going to do with that. You're going to fucking do this. And, and again, thousands of years, heritage, all that stuff. Again, I'm not saying who's going to win in this, but I will put out that I would put up the Neo Mandalorians, the prime Old Republic conquerors. They fought the Jedi, fought the Sith. They have the most combat experience out of any generation of Mandalorians prior. Well, maybe not prior, but definitely after, for sure. So I'd put the Neos versus the Spartan 4s, I guess.
You see, like, I don't remember seeing if the Spartan 4s had onboard AI support. I imagine they do, because their armor is technically more advanced than.
Is it just because they didn't say that it had it?
I think I might have just
assumed.
I might have just missed it. I didn't see it set it on there.
I feel like it'd be assumed.
I like I said, I assume they do because their armor's the next iteration.
Yeah. Why would they?
The last one. Why would they remove that?
Exactly. Well, I mean, to be fair, next generation iPhones, they remove the fucking home button.
I know. Now you gotta fucking swipe.
And then they moved the one button from up here down to the side.
Yeah, that swipe and that button took some getting used to. I kept like,
The top button versus the side button. Yeah.
and then when I had to like swipe, I was like,
So
press.
yeah, going into the next generation, they could remove it, but I want to just say I think it's safe to assume that they kept it.
And I mean, mid fight, whoever Cortana AI up there is fucking, Jarvising it up, Fridaying it up when they're fighting. Ooh, she's doing scans on what his fucking shit's made out of, his armor.
I say that's where, if it's, again, assuming that they still have it, that's where the Spartans would be able to have more, be more even, rather than the Mandalorians having that leg up, because the Mandalorians have the training, but then the Spartan 4s have Cortana or whatever smart AI that they have.
But they do, both Mandalorians and Spartans do have that just fucking determination. They're not giving up. Spartans gonna fight until they fucking drop.
Both will fight. Both fight to the death.
Yeah, both will fight until they drop.
It's been a thing.
Yeah,
for a long time.
I mean, shit. There was in the book, The Fall of Reach, I told you, he's following Master Chief from kid to right before Halo 1. I think in the book when he was still going through his training, but he's a teenager now. I think he's like, I don't know, I forgot how old he was. He's maybe like 15 or some shit. And it ended up being a test that they sent for him. John, Master Chief, beat the shit out of like 4 ODST dudes by himself. Because he was just working out in the gym, and they came in like, oh, hey, what's up, little bitch? Fucking start fucking with this little kid. And Master Chief almost beat these dudes to death.
Was the ODST wasn't biologically altered though, right?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, they might have to be something because they're dropping from fucking orbit. So maybe they'd have something just for internal.
Yeah.
So your head doesn't fucking explode or something.
Oh yeah, true, huh?
But yeah, nothing like strength enhanced, I think.
It'd be like Captain America against all those guys in the
elevator. Before we start, would anybody like to get out?
Dude, that's such a hardcore fucking just shit's about to go down.
Yeah. But then that in Infinity War or in Endgame, when they have to go back in time. And he learned from that. He realizes now that he knows they're Hydra, he's like, I don't have to fight. He's like, Hail Hydra. And they're like, oh, what's up?
Although it would have been cool just to see him kick their ass again.
See him do it again.
Yeah.
But I love, because like those guys knew. Like, fucking boom, get an arm away from him. Now he can only fight with half. But he'll still beat the shit out of you with those half.
But yeah, that's how I'd imagine Master Chief with the ODST.
Yeah. But no, dude, I remember in that story,
he didn't beat him to death. Dude.
He almost beat those dudes. I don't think he killed them, but like damn near.
At least comatose.
I remember them saying he like picked up a big fucking bench, and just bang, just beating the fuck out of guys, just twisting them up.
You get nailed in the head by that, you're fucking done. I don't care who you are.
But I remember like in the book, he got in trouble for that.
Oh yeah.
Like they came to him,
they're still military.
They're like, hey, what the fuck? And they were like, you sent him. You sent him to fuck with him. And now since he beat the fuck out of him, they're like, hey,
you don't do that.
You're not supposed to.
They were supposed to beat you.
Master Chief's like, I'll fucking do it again.
I think
Master Chief's getting old though. I mean, shit, he's in his. I'm gonna look up how old he is by the time Halo Infinite rolls around, the last game, because that would kind of help figure out, I guess, how long the Spartan 2 program's been around anyway.
Oh, give it I still want to know the full span of how long the Spartan program was.
Oh, apparently Master Chief's about 49 years old in Halo Infinite, the last game.
Oh, so he's not that old.
Nah, I've been fucking pushing 50.
He's not that old.
He'll still beat the fuck out of you.
Especially, being genetically enhanced.
He'll rip your fucking head off your shoulders.
You ever think about old Captain America and how you probably could still fuck someone up?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
the Captain America that we saw at the end of Endgame, who's just like, no, I don't think I will.
You know, he
would still just be like,
karate chop somebody's fucking head off. Because he's got Captain America strength and old man strength.
Oh, yeah. Old man.
And we all know about old man strength.
It's just so fucking weird. But it's a toss-up. Honestly, I'm going to leave it to you guys. Really? No, legit. I'm going to leave it to you guys. Who do you think would win in a fight? And give your reasoning. Show your homework.
Show your work. Show your work.
The Neo Mandalorians which were prime Old Republic, or the Spartan 4s, which were, I guess, a leg up on the Spartan 2s, which was Master Chiefs.
I guess like technologically, I don't know, like
they would have to have the same skills.
yeah,
They'd have to.
yeah. I mean, because like I said, they've been recruiting the Spartan 4 since they were already in the military.
Yeah.
And they took Spartan 2 since they were kids. But Master Chief's pushing 50, and he's been busting his ass since he was 7.
Okay. Yeah. Never you mind. Anyway,
So that's what I'm
but
saying,
you're
like,
still
it's
saying
tough.
Spartan 4. Are you putting the Spartan 4 in, or are you putting the Spartan 2? We're not giving names. I'm just saying.
Master Chief?
Yeah, no,
Master Chief?
That's an easy choice for you.
I know.
I'd have to like go do major homework.
I mean, I guess I don't know enough about Spartan 4s because they're still new.
I think it's safe to assume that they have the same skill set. They have more technologically advanced armor. And being that they're volunteers from the military, that means they probably have other skill sets as well that could come into play.
Yeah.
So
They got that. But like like I said, he's in the military. But so he's been training for the past, I don't know, 20 years of his life. Just say, like I said, Master Chief's been busting his ass for the past 40. You know? So that's what I'm saying. Like I find
we're not talking about Master Chief.
I know,
God damn it.
I know, but I'm saying Spartan 2s or whatever that time. They've been busting their ass since they were kids. So like that's the problem. Is like I find one leg up on one, and then I'm like, well, fuck. But then there's this.
Well, choose one.
But then there's that.
Because I'm gonna ask the question one more time. Neo Mandalorians versus.
I'll go Spartan 2. Fuck.
All right, there we go. Spartan 2s. That's actually like the second generation of both.
Master Chief.
If you guys say Master Chief, I'm just letting you know. Shut the fuck up.
No, you just don't want to be wrong?
No, I don't know anything about. I don't know like specific characters about the Neo Mandalorians.
Me either.
And I'm sure they had some fucking nutcases.
Sheesh. Yeah.
Because those guys were just all about conquering. They were all about, I'm going to fucking do whatever I need to do. So, yeah, that's the question. Spartan 2s versus Neo Mandalorians. You guys answer the fucking thing because we can't.
I tried.
We tried. We gave you some information at least. Goddamn.
Oh shit! Did you ever play Halo Reach?
Yes.
You remember Emil, the dude with the scratched skull on his fucking faceplate?
Yes.
I can't remember what program Spartan they were.
Oh, like whether or not they're like Spartan 4s or Spartan. I don't think
they were 4s because
Yeah,
it was
I
too
was
soon because it was right before the fall of Reach.
Yeah.
But I don't think they were 3s either. Anyway, but the point of that being, Emil, that dude, that motherfucker's crazy. You know, we see him get fucking stabbed behind through an energy sword, and he just fucking is like, I'm ready. How about you? Just fucking dives in to fuck up some fucking what are they? Elites.
Jesus.
Yeah. So yeah, there's wild cards on each side for sure.
You're lucky we haven't had a Mandalorian game that speaks about this shit.
Someday,
we will.
someday.
Yeah, hopefully.
We were supposed to have that, years ago, that Star Wars 1313 about young Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Fuck, that would have been so cool.
I would love to have a game about the Neo Mandalorians and conquering shit and
Just give us something with Mandalorians. Come
fighting against Jedi. And
come on.
God damn. All right.
All right.
Let's fucking end this shit,
That's
dude.
enough.
This is a long episode.
Yeah.
A very long episode. And we're gonna roll right into the outro. Thank you guys for tuning in. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or not Facebook, sorry. Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, and Anchor.fm. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel.
I was just gonna say, did you say YouTube?
No. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And leave us a like, comment on there. Comment your answers, whether or not you choose Neo Mandalorians versus Spartan 2s, or just additional information.
I would say, yeah. Or if you know some more shit about Spartan 4s or a different, sect of Mandalorians.
Or if we got any information wrong, you can call us out on that shit.
Correct me. Fuck, come on.
Yeah. Do all that business. I believe that's pretty much it. New episodes coming out every Friday. And yeah, Matt.
That'll do it. Yeah.
Do you have anything for the Mandalorians and Spartans out there?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. In spirit of the Mandalorian, I will say 2 things. 1, this is the way. 2, later, tater.
So appropriate for the Mandalorians.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.